Hey, welcome to episode 7 of What's Happening, the show that we didn't have time nor care to title. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the show where we talk about the breaking news relevant to people like us, people who know very little. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Nick Haas, and my other host is...
Marcos Hammer coming
That's
at
right,
you.
ladies and gentlemen.
Bam.
Co-hosts. There's actually, I keep saying guests, but we're not guests on our own show. That's stupid. I keep saying guests. And none of you correct me because you're all so humble. So cheers to how humble you are.
Cheers.
What are you drinking? I'm drinking New Belgium Shift. I didn't like IPAs before or pale ales of this variety. This is a pale lager. Regardless, I like the other one too, the red one with the bicycle.
The chocolate one?
No, it's not chocolate. It's Belgian. It's
It's chocolate. That's straight up chocolate.
I wish. No, it's a waffle.
I've had that.
Just like a waffle. But I didn't like them before, but now I do, and I think that means I'm old. What are you drinking?
I am going traditional. Got the Corona Mexican pack.
Ooh.
Got the Familiar.
Ooh,
got the Extra.
Extra
got
Familiar.
The Victoria.
Wow. Classic.
And got the Pacifico. To be Pacific.
Okay. I'm envious.
I
love
yours.
A good
IPA.
Yeah, but yours sounds refreshing. This is like a meal.
Look at this beautiful day. What more could you ask for?
Is it cold in LA right now, or what?
No, it's beautiful. Burning. The winds are blowing. There's smoke in the air.
But other than that, nice.
It's beautiful. Amazing.
That's good. It's hot as hell.
Personal Oh, really?
It's so hot. It's every day's hot. You're always hot. And then you're like, I'm just going to be sweaty all the time, I guess.
I was wearing a sweater earlier.
Yeah. Must be nice. No, to wear a sweater now would be like a warning sign. You're trying to hurt yourself. Starting off the show, let's get personal news. This has just been a wild week. It feels wild. It's just, for me at least, but it's just like there's so much. It almost feels, I was thinking this earlier, it almost feels like on purpose. Like there's so much nonsense on purpose to get us to not, like, you know what I mean? Like if there's so many people at the party, it doesn't matter who's at the party.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying? And then we forget. Like, what happened to Epstein? What happened with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp? Like, no one cares. That law procedure that's going on in what, Britain, England? That's happening.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be like believe her, believe him, domestic violence. Maybe they're both wrong. Who knows? But still, you think that would have mattered? This whole, like, we can't even keep track of all the people's names that we have to say their names. The UFOs, like, we literally had a ship from off-world, but we, like, aren't talking about it at all. What? What about the whole Russia? That's not done. We're not done with Russia. It worked. They beat the stupid impeachment, and we stopped talking about it. Even though really bad things were done, and we forgot about it. That's how I feel. Personally, though, it's weird because I have a disconnect. I have in my mind all that's happening, but in my life, like, it's relatively fine. You know, like, I have a good relationship with my daughter. I have a job. I have the internet. I have good health. Um,
You're not being
like
oppressed.
I'm not being oppressed. That's my white privilege. Um, I'm not worrying about paying or missing my rent. Now, thank God, not, but there aren't riots in the markets down the street. Um, I'm like I can't talk about it, but I've had like opportunities come up, you know, I like actually more. Yes, I can say that opportunities. Now I'm like forgetting about some that are like people calling me for and offering these opportunities that I in the past said like no to, and I'm like, what a privilege that is to say no to something. I feel so
Yeah.
bad. I feel so bad and apologetic, and I'm like thinking like I should text them back that I'm like really like I would really love to, but it's just I'm, like I almost want to say I'm sorry. They called me, and I feel this over urge on multiple occasions to like tell them I'm sorry. It's so weird. Now, what is that? What do you call that? Social anxiety? Being a Virgo? I don't know, but I
Absolutely.
have it. I don't know if you have that, but I do. Um, but yeah, white guilt. Even though I'm not white, I'm a quarter, 25% or less white. I'm 75% or more Latino, but I still have hella white privilege. I come off hella white. And yeah, I have hella white guilt. That's how I feel. That's how this week is feeling. Like, I'm trying to keep up with all the stuff I have to keep up with in order to use my privilege correctly, while also like definitely benefiting from this privilege. Like very visibly, you know? And I'm like, dang.
Absolutely.
But there's nothing to complain about, obviously. But that's what I did. So I feel I recognize that. That's my personal specialty. What about you, Marcos?
Man, I am moving on up, literally
Hell yeah.
moving, and it's now on the first level. So I literally moved up. Uh,
Hell yeah.
but that's been pretty stressful. It's leading to, obviously a better predicament I'm in over here, privilege. Um, but luckily life's going good right now. Still fortunate to have a job out there. Still striving, still trying to be bigger and better in life. Obviously, as we all are, whether we realize it or not. Um, but overall, just looking forward to what's coming next. What's tomorrow, baby?
Yeah,
Let's
I feel
do it.
you've always been one of the most. You've always been one of
More Moses.
the most morest of my uh,
The
uh,
more.
positive. You've been very optimistic people in my life. You're one of the most optimistic people in my life, is what I'm trying to say. And you've always been that way. And so I like it's, people should know that, A, and B, uh, yeah, I think of you when I think of optimism, I think of you. So it's no surprise that you're still, reaping the benefits of practicing it, because you have to practice it. It has to be
Cheers,
tough,
baby.
So cheers to that. I have my
Hey,
next drink here.
cheers.
Cheers.
Is that stevia?
It's Zevia.
Stevia.
Zevia Cola,
Zevia. There you
made
go.
with stevia, a low
Ha
calorie
ha
drink
ha
that you
ha.
don't have to feel guilty about. Yeah, dude. It's
Does
good.
it?
I like
But
it.
does it taste as good as soda?
I have such a wide palate for sodas that it falls into a category of delicious drink for me. So I'm fine with it. There are those who have very defined, like, I only drink regular Coca Cola,
Correct.
or like, so that's fine. Or I only drink that, Dr. Pepper, the occasional Sprite, and that's it. And they don't go outside it, and that's fine. I drink so many different sodas from so many different cultures and flavors that like
Oh
I
my
like
gosh.
this
So
when I want a
so I
cola
saw a
flavor. If I'm gonna mix
strawberry.
this with rum, absolutely, it tastes great. And it's
Ooh.
not. I'm already gonna be like, sugary out of my mind, so it doesn't hurt to use some Zevia just to get the cola flavor in my rum. Totally fine for me. The ginger ale one with Hennessy, fantastic,
Yum.
fantastic.
No ginger ale for me, please. But
I
I'm
like
good
ginger
with
ale.
I love everything, but no ginger. No ginger
I
ale.
read somewhere I was on Black Twitter. I was perusing Black Twitter the other day. This is a long time ago. Because I had liked something about drinking ginger ale that I think a Hispanic girl wrote. Not that I'm joking. No, I follow all sorts of people, and one of the people I was following wrote something about how black people specifically love ginger ale, and I was like, "Is that true?" So that's where I clicked it and looked at all the comments in the discussion, which was, you know, where it was happening, and all the comments, I'm like, they were so funny because I've always loved ginger ale, and my mom, who oftentimes is like, um, she always relates to the black person because she herself is she's an immigrant, she's dark skinned Latina, so like for her she always like relates to anybody of color really in any movies. I'm sure you feel the same way, I feel the same way, but like but she's just been in love, and she like her favorite show is Blackish. Take that for whatever that
Love it.
means. Her In Living Color, before In Living Color was her favorite show.
Wow.
Okay,
Great show.
so um, so like yeah, so whatever, it is what it is, but like it's so funny. I didn't know that, and then one of the things was they say gin. The people say you're from a certain area if you pronounce it gindrel, like Grell,
Yeah.
Gindrel. It's like heck yeah, dude.
Ginger
Love
ale.
it. I love it. No, you say it all the time. It's ginger ale. I don't know. It's great. I love it. I love ginger ale, and you don't, and that makes
Gross.
me sad because it means you have no taste. Uh, well,
Don't want
yeah.
it. Don't need it.
All
Go
right.
ahead. Take it. It's all for you, baby.
uh, I can have all the ginger ale in the world, and you don't want any.
All of it.
All right, world news. This like literally just happened. Totally switching gears into something horrible. Watch this. This explosion happened
O
in.
M. Good
This reminds me of like
God.
other videos I've seen, but like I have not seen anything like this. Like, oh my god, he's really close. That's the closest one I've seen. That was the closest one
You
I've seen.
know his
This is via
eardrums
sky.com.
are
That guy got hurt.
gone.
That guy got hurt. Whoever was filming that one. This is, oh my
Oh,
god, they didn't see this
oh
coming. Look
my.
at that. I have never seen anything like that. With this is the best footage of something that, damn, they were close too. Oh my lord. Oh my goodness. The fact that all that stays in there for the air so long. Oh my lord. Oh
Wow.
my
Have you seen the
goodness.
one with the priests?
Just devastating. And this is an accident, they're saying? They're saying it's just a terrible accident. No one's taking
Yeah.
credit for this. This is just a horrible mess up. They messed up. Somebody messed up somewhere. Many people messed up over many long times.
So
This is
basically,
horrible.
they should
So very
have
sad.
stored some highly explosive materials correctly,
Yes, it
but they
was
didn't.
specifically ammonium nitrate. Over 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate was unsecured, just unsecured in a warehouse. Yikes. Ammonium nitrate, that's like fertilizer or something close to it. The building was a fireworks storage warehouse. Lord have mercy. If I ever live next to one of those, I'm moving. That's horrible. Very sad.
Please let me know. Please let me know,
Yeah.
landlord.
Please
By
let
the
me know
way,
that that's right there.
if that building blows up, you die.
Yeah, that's horrible. This happened. That literally just happened. But we don't really. There was no timetable on these videos. No, I'm not gonna describe the beast inside. There's no whatever. We upload these and record these. You have no idea, internet. Too bad. Here we are talking about it. Beer the
Sorry,
Daily
internet.
Beast. Again, we're not promoting any of these websites. It's just where we heard it, and we have no idea how liberal or conservative any of these websites are. But Jesus Christ, this isn't the first place I saw it, so it must be real. This is just why I chose to grab the link. Trump's new favorite COVID doctor believes alien DNA, demon sperm, and hydroxychloroquine. Of course. Okay.
So she's describing Trump.
The conception of Trump involved all three of these things. What reptilian? The government is run by reptilians, bro. So the question is, do you? I mean, I don't even have to. I'm not gonna go into this because it's absolute nonsense. Alien DNA is used in our vaccines, and if you have dreams about sex with demons, that's what gives you illnesses. Marcos, have you ever had sex with a demon? Be truthful. In a dream or not? In a dream or in real life?
I never kiss and tell.
Well, he's not alive, so.
B, my dreams, I usually don't remember them. And C, that lady crazy. She crazy, bro.
Whoa.
She crazy. Come
Whoa.
on. Like, come
Whoa.
on. Are we really
we
throwing
don't use
that
the
out
C
there?
word out, though, by the way, because we don't want to stigmatize people who deal with mental health struggles. But clearly this woman is troubled. You can say that. Go on.
But yeah, obviously, it shows the type of people that are listening to each other and being the loudest out there. But yeah, she loca.
Bro. She didn't invent any of these ideas either. So, there's a level of crazy where, you're the first one who ever said that. That's the zaniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay? There are people who say some outlandish things, and you're like, wow, that's original and absolutely insane. You know what I'm saying? Like your average off the street meth, is going to say some just out of this world stuff that you're like, oh my God, you're blowing my mind with just that sentence made just no sense, but was so passionate. I don't know if you've ever witnessed that. I used to walk home down the Fulton Mall at 1 a.m. So I don't know if you've witnessed that. Have you witnessed that? You're in LA. You lived in Hollywood.
I live in Los Angeles. I take public transportation
But the aggressive
heavily.
meth head from Fresno is a little different. But you,
absolutely. But you've never been on
it's sad.
You've never been on a 6 a.m. sermon on the 165 East. Ladies going crazy.
Yeah,
you don't even want to.
These people need help. These people need help, and they're the forgotten people in our, system. We need a ton more, because there's nowhere for these people to go to get help.
Absolutely.
It's a whole nother conversation about how there's funding that's needed, because there are people who cannot get care at other levels. They will rely on those government-run places that can take care of them, because they shouldn't be in prison, because they haven't really done anything wrong other than to themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
At times.
We
so
need
they need
wellness
a hospital
centers
for these places, but they don't exist, or they're full, or the wait list is out of this world. It's part of my campaign when I run for office. We need more money for state hospitals. If you want to get this homelessness a lot of the time and drug problem fixed, put more money in the state hospital system where these people can go. They have to
and
go
I'll be
somewhere.
On your ticket
they have to go
as
somewhere.
well. I'll be on your ticket as well. pushing the green initiative, which will push
They
us
need
out
this
of
help,
the.
and eventually, hopefully, back into the community. But when not possible, they shouldn't be in prison, and we shouldn't wait for them to have to get killed by the police in a
Oh,
situation where they don't know how to handle, or we can't wait for that moment, right? They can't be living on the
yes.
streets. They can't be, homeless. That's the same thing. They can't go to. They shouldn't be going to prison. They shouldn't be killed by police. They shouldn't be killed by other circumstances, hurting themselves wherever. Anyways, that's on mine. That here's hold on. Totally. Now that we're on it, total tangent. Other policy. You shouldn't be allowed to. A bus stop should have to be able to pull out of the way. No more stopping in the middle of the street because there's a bus stop
Agree.
there. Now we're all stopped.
Agree.
And I'm stopped and I'm in the middle of an intersection because the bus stop is like 6 feet away from the corner. And now we're all stopped. And now the green light's changing. And now the people can't go because we're stopped there waiting for a bus because it's stopped there. No, you have to either get out of the way or that can't be a stop place. That's not a bus stop no more. Either build it and
And
put the money in. There's those jobs. Someone's gonna come by and break that up and build a new one. Jobs.
there should also be a law as well that says if you want to take the bus, you have to clean up the whole area of the bus stop. Otherwise, the bus won't stop.
Mm-hmm.
If the bus stop nasty, it won't stop. If you wanted to stop, start picking that shit up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If you left it dirty, no, then yeah, you're not gonna get picked up. I like that too. That's gonna be hard to enforce. I like this. That's all right. It's my last one. You can't have a plot of land. Well, we'll determine the size, but what I'm talking about is infill. If you've got a plot of land that is covered on at least 3 sides, you got to put something in. You have to put something there. No more. I got a building on this side. I got a building on this side. I got a building on this side, and here the street, and there is nothing right here. No, you can't do that. You have to put something there. So take this corner. This doesn't exist because this is part of this house or one of these houses. Imagine this corner, and there's that's not good because it's a corner. You got a house over here. You got a house back here. And if there's nothing here and there's a house here, you gotta put something here. No more plot of nothingness. That's a bad example because that's actually not what we're looking at. This is a corner as well, so that doesn't count. This is a water thing, so that doesn't count. I think it's over here, past the Baskin Robbins. I want to say.
Yeah, absolutely. They should be used up right now. Currently, in Los Angeles, I went to this really good restaurant I go surf and turf from, and they're literally next to Hobo Alley. Not even alley, Hobo Society. It's like a giant empty parking lot with a bunch of tents in it, and I literally saw 2 people pushing a grocery cart with one of those huge silos from the freeway, and it was full of water.
Dang.
And they were bringing it over there. And I'm like, that's crazy that we live in a first world country, but look, that's right around the corner from the place I eat. You know how much free land we have?
And what I mean by put something there, you don't have to build a whole building, but you got to clear it out, maybe plant a tree. You got to have one park bench and a trash can, and that's it. And now it's a park, or dog park, or whatever. But like, you can't just have a bunch of debris. No more shredded glass landfills. No more needle parks. Like, you got to get rid of that. Oh, I've thought of one. On north of Shields. Okay, there's this plot of land that's just like, cool. What is that? Broken rocks and glass and beer bottles from people?
Yeah.
Great.
We absolutely have that over here as well. It's disgusting.
It'd be beautification, it'd be jobs, it'd be, and then if you don't do it within a certain amount of time of the law, you get fined. I'm gonna fine you. You owe me money. Yeah. And it's simple. You don't have to do a lot. You can do it in a couple of afternoons. We'll give you time. But none of that bullshit. Anywho, vote Nick Haas for city.
I am voting as well.
Any other new world news got going on? That's all I had, John, because it's just like mind numbing. Everyone knows Donald Trump sucks and doesn't know what he's doing. Russia probably owns us. Vladimir Putin's laughing. What else is new? North Korea is out of their minds. What else?
No, that sounds about right. Trust me, brother. World news, everybody is talking about this disgusting man right here.
Oof, who is that? Yikes.
Look at
What is
this
this?
man refused to wear a mask, and allegedly, when they asked him to put on a mask, he decided to run away and steal two stogies. Um, he knew he was going to be investigated, so I guess he started shooting up
What the hell?
basically a bunch of police and stuff, and he was wounded and he was taken alive.
This story.
So it bears in mind, like, what's going on. Like, this man is like taken alive with a live AK-47, and like all these people are shooting. And I don't know if you saw, there's this one video where these two females and their two children were taken out of a car and put
Saw that as
face
well.
ground on the cement because the police, it was a mistaken identity. But it's like, look at the way we handle each other compared to, like,
There are
that
different
police
gloves
officer.
for sure. This is just another. We are handled with different gloves,
Absolutely.
and it's what's. I mean, obviously these are different cities, but they're always different cities. They're always very different cities, but the story is always the same. Um, and this guy killed how many people? That's what I don't get. Is how do the people who killed multiple people get taken in peacefully, but the people who like sold a counterfeit, you know, Snickers, get choked out to death in the middle of the street? I don't get it.
Well, apparently, I don't believe he killed anybody. He was shooting at the other officers. I believe they were serving an
Bro,
arrest
the
warrant.
minute you pull out a knife and on your way to a police, they shoot to kill. The LA cop, the female, I don't know if you saw that story. The female who trained Keanu Reeves for the uh, John Wick movies. She's a sharpshooter and she's a LAPD officer. Someone was like out of their, clearly having an episode, and they would break the car windows, and they were like grabbing glass and like cutting himself, and then he started walking towards her, and she put him down like that, and it's like, well, that's kind of how it goes, and that's kind of the generally accepted sequence of events. At the
Yep.
minute you come with lethal threat to a police officer, they are trained to end it. So like, how? How did
Well,
this?
also, let me give
How
you an
he get an
example.
AK-47? Did he? Is that what he had?
He had an
I thought I saw like
AK-47,
what?
started shooting out with, I believe
It's
he's
just
getting served with 7 counts of attempted homicide and attempted first-degree murder of a police officer.
it's just like unfathomable. But it's like
So that's what he's going in for, but he's alive.
like
I'll give you an
what?
example.
How come
The
they?
other
You
night, I
want to
was on.
say because you don't want to generalize, but you want to say like how come they don't kill the ones they should, but do kill the ones they should? But obviously that'd be a generalization, and obviously it goes the other way. I'm sure a whole lot of times, but wow, it's just always a bad look. It's just another bad look, and I hate it. I don't like it. That's bad.
Yeah, surprising. I was on Mulholland Drive, and like police rangers, or just rangers, I guess. I don't believe they're police, but they were handing out tickets to cars, and we were standing across the street witnessing it, and these people were running up to the car because obviously it's their car. They're coming to be like, hey, we're here, you'll give us a ticket, or they're going to come up to whatever it is. But they're running up and immediately they're pulling out their weapons. Like, what are you doing? And it's like, what do you think we're doing? Like, if we wanted to hurt you, I think we would hurt you from far away and not run up to your face. But unfortunately, that's the world we're living in right now, where we're taught to shoot first, ask questions second. And unfortunately, that's like a bad representation, like a lot of what's going on. And we know there's really, really good cops and really, really good people out there trying to do civic duty and trying to, do their job during this tough time. But we realize that, every bunch of apples, there's, every bushel of apples, there's a bad apple, and, it potentially ruins the whole
and it goes
bushel.
both ways. I don't know if you saw the story about like the police. They had someone hocked a loogie in their coffee, or they left the cleaning rag in the coffee for a police officer. Like, that's not right.
Oh
either.
yeah,
So it's like
absolutely.
that doesn't help anything. Eye for an eye makes the world go blind, right?
Correct, Amanda.
I don't know who said that. I think it's falsely accredited to Mahatma Gandhi, but maybe it's true. I don't know. I don't have the time. Moving on to entertainment news. Let's switch it up, ladies and gentlemen. Switch it up to entertainment news. Okay, for me, this is news. I don't know if it's news for other people. This is news for me, okay? I love these movies. I loved Scream. I don't know if you watched Scream. As a 90s kid, I used to love watching Scream. I was too young to watch them when they came out. But then as I got older, going to parties as a teenager, yada, 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 I loved it. It was a guilty, but I don't like scary movies. But something about the humor and the tongue-in-cheekness and the meta-ness of it, Scream, it got me into it. Love these movies. Love Scream.
Love Scream.
I watched Scream 3, still in it, still into it.
Scream 4.
Totally. Was on like message boards talking about like, when's the next Scream 5 coming out? Like, okay.
I love
this
it.
Comes
I
out.
can't
Courtney
wait
Cox
for
will
it.
return as Gale Weathers in a Scream. They say reboot. Says reprise her role as Gale in an upcoming reboot. Now, that may or may not be, we may not follow the same characters. I guess she is playing the same character, but it's maybe a different timeline. Who knows? If it's the story retold, I don't know. That would be reimagining, I guess. I don't know. Who knows if the other movies will, because they could Terminator it, where don't forget about 3, 4, 5. They didn't happen. This one happens directly after number 2, which is exactly what they did with the new Terminator movie. Apparently, David Arquette will be Dewey. Sheriff Dewey's coming back.
I'm in. Ex-husband with ex-wife. I'm in.
Man, come on.
I want to see the passion. Let's see it. Courtney Cox Arquette versus
Neve Campbell come back. Neve Campbell, she was in something recently.
Well, she probably want to get her
House
money.
Of Cards? Was she in House of Cards or something? I think she was, actually. I think that's exactly what it was. I can't remember. Yeah. Are you so Marcos, how excited are you? Were you a fan? And how does this, specifically for you, how does the Scream franchise, like, where is that in the paragon of like horror? Because you watch horror movies, I would call them horror movies more than me. You're more of a fan. You go deeper into the genre of scary movies. I call them scary movies. That's how totally out of it I am. So, like, where does Scream go in your like scary movie, Bible? Is it in there, or is this comedy? And did you love it?
Absolutely. I mean, if you were born in 88 to 93, 95, this was your horror film. I remember going to the movies for this. I remember watching it with my mom, and we would do popcorn. We would rent this every time it would come out, whether it was Scream 2 or 3. Every time it came out from Blockbuster, we had a
Oh man,
Blockbuster night. We had the VHS. We had popcorn,
I'm
chocolate.
getting
You
like
know,
bumps. I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Scream is legit. Like the scary movie franchise is like legitimately a thing because of Scream. Like
Oh my
think
goodness.
about that. Like there's a
Wow.
comedy spinoff because of this horror franchise. And you can't really say that for the other ones. Like, you know, they try every so often, but like Scary Movie, I mean, that isn't it still going on? Isn't it on like Comedy Central maybe or something?
Yeah, my God, they went out to like Scary Movie 8 or something. Oh my
I
goodness.
wouldn't be surprised if there's another one in the works right now.
Oh, from this? Not, they're gonna spoof this. Well,
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
funny because it became. You're right. You're absolutely right, and here's why you're right. Because that movie is proof that you're right.
Yeah,
A scary movie is proof that you're right because the entire premise of Scary Movie was making fun of the several scary movie franchises because they made fun of The Ring. They wouldn't have made fun of The Ring if there wasn't like right because that was a reboot of the Japanese one. So it was like you could
correct.
riff on both and the differences between them. And then that went on. Then they made multiple Ring movies. They
Oh,
were making fun of yeah.
Chucky.
So
They had
yeah, I don't
everything.
remember another scary movie franchise before that, other than like what Aliens. I don't know if you count that as a scary movie. That's more like sci-fi. I guess that's sci-fi
I
horror.
would go sci-fi
Um,
horror.
other than that, like Predator, maybe it was
Love Predator. That was a great movie.
slightly before that.
Absolutely.
Everything else was just like science fiction. Other than the monster movies back in like old and like black and white and early color uh, monster
King
Universal
Kong.
monster movies.
My
Or
granny
maybe
always
even
tells a
franchise.
story of my mom running out of the theater when she sees the monkey come out in King
Oh my
Kong.
god.
Or it's a gorilla, my
She's
bad.
out. She's out
She
of it.
ran out the theater.
It's
And
a
we're
great
talking
ape. It's
like,
part of the great ape family.
yeah, exactly. That's how young she
uh,
was. And she
oh my
was like,
goodness.
oh.
That's
So,
hilarious.
everybody has their, nowadays you show kids Nosferatu, they wouldn't know the difference. But I saw
Like,
a
what the hell is
live
this?
show of Nosferatu at ACTF back
Oh
in
my god.
2009 or 8. Wonderful production.
That sounds
Stole the
amazing.
entire show. I would. They
They don't
literally
do
did
that
the
kind
whole
of theater
production.
often enough. I would love to see some real like do Dracula,
They filmed it.
Frankenstein, dude.
It was a
Do like
live filming of Dracula. They would literally do the scenes, and there
no
was a
way.
TV monitor above the apron, and it would show whatever they were recording. And I believe it was
That's
like a three
sick.
camera setup, and they would have each scene set up differently, and it was amazing how they do it. Like
I tried to
there
do
was
that
this
at
one.
the Grizzlies. I wanted these wireless multicam setups so you could shoot on-field skits like they were like for television, and
That's
screen
amazing.
that into the suites and whatnot. We didn't
You
have the
want to
money. That
talk
was
about a
super
real
expensive.
money making
That's
idea?
tight.
That's
That's awesome.
essentially it right there.
That's fantastic. Yeah, because the way they did Hamilton, I was like, are there handy cams? These can't all be zoomed in. The quality is too good. But I don't know. Maybe they're using some 4K cameras or something because it looked
They
great.
said
I
that
was like,
they're
are they
all the
on
far
stage? How many
shots.
takes did they take?
They did it was all matinee showings, I believe, for the far takes, and then they would do like I believe 3 live showings just for the cameras for the up close shots.
That's crazy.
So up
Yeah,
close
but it
shots,
was
nobody's in the
seamless.
audience.
Seamless. Editing was
Beautiful, loved
fantastic.
it.
Yeah, they
I
should have. I
watch
don't.
it
I
every
hope.
week.
I hope that that becomes a thing. Uh, just
It
like
better.
movie theaters have an agreement, well, except for these days. Normally, movie theaters have an agreement with distributors that like it has to be in theaters for a certain amount of time before it's available on home video, they used to call it, or streaming or
Yes.
what have you. Uh, Yeah, you could do that with, it's their Broadway premiere, and then after a certain amount of time, there's a filmed version, and that gets released. You know, I don't think it would diminish the box office of the thing too much. People are still gonna pay top dollar to see some of this. In fact, you could
Piracy.
argue that maybe people wouldn't be more. I gotta see this live, or when they find out there's that version, but this XYZ actor is taking over that role, and you would love to see them. So now there's a reason. I know the show and I know the actor, but that one's not gonna be on streaming. So maybe I'll go watch him live. Who knows? It can make more money because they're putting it out. Plus, you're gonna sell it. Anyways, I hope it becomes a thing. So yeah, Scream. Next up, this is what is it? I only have a Twitter link. Oh, because this is from Marvel. This is from 7 News Sydney. Uh, this is the set of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings that they're filming. It's looked like the Mulan set. They're like, didn't we just build this? Anyways,
Wow.
cool. Yeah, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is happening. We're gonna have an Asian superhero. Tight.
Love
Asian
it.
superhero time, dude.
Can't wait for it.
I can't wait. They've got the cast is dope. Ip Man is in it, I'm pretty sure.
Who doesn't
Who
love
else
that?
is in it? No, he's in Mulan. No, he's in this. I can't remember, but it's gonna be awesome. Who cares? I can't wait. The tangibilization of it. You can touch it. It's gonna happen. They're filming because they're in a country that actually takes this shit seriously about the coronavirus and can get ahead of it because they're led by women.
Exactly. They're just not stop testing people.
Oh, here we go. We were just talking about it. Speaking of Mulan, this is breaking news. Sure. Breaking news. An ad. Oh, look at this naked guy. Mulan is going to hit theaters and streaming on demand on the same day. Mulan is going on Disney Plus and theaters in September. It's a one-off. So don't expect this is the new model, but check this out. You have to be on Disney Plus. Then on September 4th, you will spend another $29.99 to watch it. So
get the hell
on top
out
of
of
your
here.
Disney Plus subscription.
Get the hell out of here.
So the question to you, Marcos, is: are you paying $29.99 to watch Mulan plus your monthly subscription to Disney Plus?
Absolutely yes. Who isn't? It's $30.
That's nothing, bro. 2 tickets for me and my daughter to the freaking movie theater plus like a lick of popcorn is already $100. So yeah, sure, why not? I'm already paying for Disney Plus. I already have it via this, that, or here, whatever. $30. Yeah, plus another $30 for some DoorDash dinner, and we getting it on Mulan style. Hell
absolutely.
Yeah.
Go pick up some popcorn. Go pick up some candy from the aisle.
You might save money. The gas plus the ticket.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe parking if you're in LA. Freaking heck.
Oh, parking. Oh,
out of here.
Paying for parking, driving during traffic, like any time of day. Like I was driving home today.
Any time of day.
And it was like, I was literally like, why are we stopped right now? Why are we stopped right now, you guys?
No reason. There's no reason. Oh my goodness. Yeah, absolutely freaking paying for that. What? Yes. Do it for Do it for Black Widow. I want to see Black Widow. We should have watched this movie like 3 friggin' months ago. I want Black Widow. I would pay. What did I say? Didn't I say that earlier? Did I say that last episode? I would pay like $40 to watch Black Widow right now. Boom.
Yes.
$30 is the price point. I'm in.
You're missing out, Marvel.
I'm in for both. You kidding me? And Wonder
His
Woman
check's in the
84.
mail. His
And
check's
Wonder
in the
Woman 84.
mail.
Girl, Dad, I have no choice. No. Dude, this is like the first news I saw this week. 2K
Oh, yeah.
Sports. We're not talking EA Sports and Madden. I'm talking 2K Sports. Strike a deal with
Yes.
the NFL Players Association. This is big in video game nerd bro world. This was
And
like
money
controversy
world.
back in like what middle school. They were like, no more 2K Sports, bro. And they're like, what?
And nobody
Like, yeah, no
wanted
more
that in
2K
the first
football.
place.
It's all Madden now. And we're like, wait, but sometimes 2K is better than Madden. And then they're like,
Never.
nope. Some
It's
people.
never been the case.
It's never been the
Unless
case.
you had
However, you're right. It's
unless
never
you
been
had
the
a
case.
Sega Genesis.
I
Then
have
you were
always.
like, oh, it's way better.
I
I'm
have
like,
always
who plays
preferred
Sega?
Madden. I preferred Madden, but I feel that this is better for competition because
Absolutely, it is.
Madden's got comfortable because they have no one to compete with.
Yeah, it's
2K
the same
introduced
game,
some
only
things that Madden
updated
didn't have.
rosters.
At 2K, I feel like introduced more of a career mode, like a single person. They had trophy cases and stuff. 2K was the one where you could be inside the guy's helmet and you could see.
That's the one. Oh,
bro, that was 2K, bro. That was tight.
That's why it never made it.
Why?
Because
That's why
nobody
it
could
never
see
made it because
anything.
it's too weird. You couldn't see anything. I know, but
Yeah,
like just the
they
fact that
play
they
as Drew
tried and then like
Brees.
the innovation.
All you see
they
is like
tried,
everybody's
different stuff.
helmets.
I liked it. I
You're
like to
like,
play.
let me push X. No,
I like
he
to
got
play
it, I
running
guess.
back. Obviously, running back's the only logical choice to do that game with. But it was cool. So this is pretty big news. I thought this was big news.
Absolutely, especially for players. Now they're going to actually be able to sell their rights to different people and, you know, be the stars on these covers rather than just one Madden curse. Now we can have a 2K curse. Like, this is amazing. This creates so much competition in the curse world.
Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting what they do with it. You know, because it might not be the same thing. It says exclusive rights to NFL simulation video games still belong to EA through 2025, but the vote means that NFL players won't. It doesn't mean that they won't. Double negative. Be featured in other games in the near future. 2K announced Thursday the agreement to include 2,000 NFL players in multiple football games. So who knows if it'll be like, remember this the street game,
backyard.
NFL Street, remember that?
Backyard sports.
Yeah, some backyard stuff, maybe some
3-on-3. It's gonna be like, oh, you got, you know, your center.
How is there no like
and you
big
got a
three
tight end.
Big three game?
Exactly. That's what we're missing. Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, dude. More Ice Cube. Yeah, that's it for entertainment news. Marcos, did you have anything?
Absolutely. There's one. We'll start on the darker side. So Ryan Reynolds apologizes for plantation wedding with Blake Lively. His quote: "Giant effing mistake." Essentially, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively got married on a plantation a while ago. They actually redid
how old
their
is this story,
vows.
actually?
This is actually recently because they came out apologizing for it. Ryan Reynolds and Lively have donated over $1 million to NAACP, Legal Defense and Educational Fund. That's great. Is that enough? Are they doing enough? And also, I raised the question: at what point did you learn that plantation was a bad thing? You know, all these people are having those weddings.
What did you know, and when did you know it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I had my wedding at a cemetery. Oh my God, did you know that people are dead there? Like, and that's the same thing with these plantations. They're like, they're beautiful. Look at, like, you know, the wonderful house. They have this back house, this wonderful area for us to dance on. And I'm like, you're literally standing on tainted soil. Like, that soil is enriched with blood of, you know, the slaves, and they're the ones that made all these houses, these plantations, but you want to go out there and have a lavish wedding.
So
And
so when you say, okay, so I had to read the story. I'm reading the story now. Yeah, it happened in 2012.
there you go.
But they were recently interviewed with Fast Company, where he opened up about his regrets. He says he's been unreservedly sorry. So like he's probably apologized before. But right now it's just bad timing or whatever. So when you say plantation wedding, they even put it in the quotes. Not the quote, but the title of the article. It makes me
Correct.
think plantation themed wedding, which would be
Oh,
awful.
there's,
But this is
there's
just a
yeah,
wedding on the campus of what was once a plantation.
correct.
Did they know you used to be a plantation at the time?
Come on, come
But
on.
like,
We're
are
just in the
all?
South.
But here's the other
Look at
thing.
this
I didn't know.
nice
Here,
house.
okay, here's my. Look at this
Oh,
nice
what's
ass
this
house in the
tiny
south.
house over here for? That
What's
must be
that?
the
What?
outhouse.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's a little outhouse over there.
That must be for the I didn't know this till recently because they were talking about removing. Because until you brought up the right, didn't we talk about on the show? You brought up that the state was removing the name blah 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 and plantation of whatever, right? And the something something plantations was the full
Yes,
name of
yes,
the state.
of a state. Yes, Rhode
Uh,
Island.
Rhode Island, right? And then I was like, wait, does the word plantation like always mean like slave labor place? And I'm pretty sure it does. Does it not? It says
Yes,
is that a
very much
farm
so.
or whatever this that employs the use of labor by unpaid servants or something. And I was like, oh well, then yeah. It's so, but I didn't know that meaning of the word till this year. I didn't know that
Oh
that's
yes.
always what it meant. I said plant station, a place where you plant. It's just a fancy word for farm. That's all I thought of it. It's a fancy word for farm.
Why isn't
An
president of the
agricultural
plantation?
center. It's a farm. This is a welcome to the Advanced Tomato Agricultural Center. This is a tomato farm. So that's all I thought it was. So
Welcome to the plantation center. Imagine that.
whatever, dude. What are you planting, fancy guy? Whatever. That's all I thought it was. So I'm sure he probably didn't know either. So plantation, whatever, fancy farm.
Very much so. But that's pretty
that's
much
horrible.
what's
You can't do that now.
going around Twitter right now.
Yeah, well, he'll be all right. They'll be all right. They do a lot of good. They're genuinely liked. He's on the right side of history on other things. He'll be fine. But yes, I did see this. What else you got? Huh? Interesting.
And on the lighter side, Vans has announced that it is coming out with another collection for The Simpsons. If you
Vans?
remember, Vans, yes, very much so. You can see here are the slides. They look like donuts. Get me money. And then we got, is that advertisement? Yeah, there we go. We got Marge Simpson with her sisters, and it's going to have like the furriness for their hair. I believe that's Homer. So, bam, they're coming out with some of those. Or no, this is the sisters right here. You can see the hair on there. Wonderful.
Wow.
We got little Lisa for president.
Dang.
These are
gonna
money.
Want those little Lisas.
Please get her these.
Lisas, dude.
The clothing that's coming out with Vans in their collaboration. Fire. Sorry, I just hit a button right now.
I wonder what my buddy Sam will think. He's a fashion and shoe nerd.
Well, essentially, when Vans came out with their last Simpson collaboration, it went off the chart. Imagine paying like $500 for a pair of
Was it
Vans
like
that are like $40 compared to Jordans, where you're gonna pay like $200, and then like you pay, 400. So you're only doubling it
it's
compared to 10 times the price of the
Jesus,
Vans. It's going to be crazy. Get ready for it. I hope you can get some. I hope I can get some.
dude.
And
Where
I hope
do they drop
nobody.
on Vans.com? They got a date or what?
Vans.com, I believe you have to do a sign up online. But they're also going to have a lot of merchandise that comes out. So when you hear about it, just head down to your local
Bro.
Vans store and literally buy everything
Everything.
you can and sell
So
it.
is the MSRP still $40? Or you're saying resale value is going to be
No,
$500? Or are you telling me they're going to sell
yeah,
them for $500?
if not more. I believe the price tag is going to be up there, especially for like high tops. They're going to be running about like 110, if not $20.
Yeah, man.
They know what this is going to shoot up on, and they
That's
can
tight.
just mark up the price a little bit, and that's astronomical in their sense.
Well, if Sylvie wasn't a little girl who's gonna grow out of them in a year, I would.
Well,
But those are
just
tight.
remember, girls' feet only get so big, so
Yeah,
take a
bro,
guess.
she'd be growing, bro. That's tight. I want the Homer and Mo ones, dude. Mo is like my favorite. Mo is
And
my
they have
dude.
Alberto
I love
ones.
Mo. Who?
Alberto.
Who's
And you
that?
should see, that's Bart, but it's his
Oh.
alter ego for
Oh
spray
no.
painting and stuff.
Oh
So they have
man.
like one of their shoes that look like that. It's
Sick.
pretty awesome.
It's pretty tight.
There's
Or Krusty. I
more.
would buy some Krusty the Clown shoes.
Oh my
I like wear
God,
his colors. That would be sick.
The world
Like
would
polka
go
dots.
bizarro.
Polka dots and that teal for his hair or something. Oof. And that white cream face.
They're going to be coming out with
Would be tight.
sweaters from the Krusty Burger as well.
What?
Like,
I gotta get that. I don't know if you saw this. Did you see this? This is this event the Grizzlies did with this donut place.
oh yes, I did. I was there for it.
No, but did you see this shirt?
Yes. Oh my God, I love it. Did you? Oh my God. When I got there, everything was sold out.
Oh, for real? No, I bought this
Everything
like
was
a month
sold.
ahead of time.
Wow. Well,
I
you're
did.
so lucky you got the hookup like that.
I didn't get a hookup.
But
I got in line like everybody else, like a peon.
what?
No hookups for
What?
me. I know.
What?
I
Like
know.
a
See, I have so
peon?
much privilege that I like choose not to use it, and that's how I.
Oh my gosh. Some of these shoes that are dropping, you don't even know.
Bro.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
well, we're
Oh
all
my
gonna go shop for
gosh.
Vans, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of our show. I'm Nick Haas. You can find me at the Nick Haas on basically anything. Check out my link tree. It's in my Twitter and Instagram profiles. Hey, check out our. People are bored. People should watch our long forms. Should send our long form videos around. Just hey, you want an hour worth of entertainment? Check out these Blimprov long forms, bro. Marcos, did you have
Hey,
anything else?
I just wanted to say I'm Marcos Hammer. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, arrest Breonna Taylor's murderers, on
All
Facebook,
three of them.
arrest Breonna Taylor's murderers, and on MySpace, arrest Breonna Taylor's murderers. Thank you.
That's right. Subscribe to arrest Breonna Taylor's murderers.com. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Bye, Marcos. I love you. Bye. You didn't say it back, dude. You got to say it back.
Love you.